Welcome. In this video I'm going to be showing two different duels I had with ISHIZU Chaos, a deck I've been having a ton of fun with pretty much since its actually inception in Master Duel a couple months ago. And while it's a little rough this format, I definitely say it actually got quite a big buff from Tearlaments, and it's definitely worth looking at if you're bored of playing ISHIZU Tier, as it plays on an entirely different axis of just being insanely explosive and being able to win in very weird ways. Now in this case, both of these matches are from week 12 of the Master Circuit series. If you're wondering, I did not do well, but at least I got some pretty interesting games out of it that show some of its, ways to win in awkward game states of this deck that might not be completely obvious. Round 1 of my MCS run in week 12 with ISHIZU Chaos. Now I haven't really practiced the deck much lately, so I'm probably gonna make misplays. But I can pray. And off to a fantastic start. I'm going second, but I do have Maxi and Kelbeck. And Italian Grass and Snow. So this hand is really good if my opponent doesn't have Ash exactly. Or my opponent doesn't set 5. Oh? Okay. Things are looking good for now. If this grass resolves, then I'm in a very comfortable spot. But because I don't want to dump my entire Punk engine in the grave, I'm going to bait it out with Italy. Just kind of see if they have an Ash. If they Ash this, that's great. I get to just grass, slam dunk 20 cards in the grave. And with Italy, I can go for the Punk line. They have Maxi. No problem. I can deck them out. Very easily, in fact. And so, provided they don't have any other reasonable interruption, I'm good. I can even OTK them. Unless that trap card is something very good, I'm feeling pretty nice. So yeah, I'm going to go for Xiamen, if I'm allowed to. It should let me search Foxy Tune, and I can try and go for Chaos Ruler. Although, before I do that, I should probably go for Grass. The reason I'm not going for Grass is I do not want to mill Deer Note, because then the Punks don't work. And so I'm just going for the Punk line until I can get Deer Note on the field. Once I get Deer Note on the field, then I'm good. Go ahead, take Foxy Tune, and I'll probably discard Snow. I imagine that's the best choice. It's risky if they have Called By, but Called By will suck anyways, pretty much no matter what I do. So I have Deer Note. And what I see with Maxi is they've actually drawn some more, so Grass is even stronger. And even if this doesn't resolve, it's a great bait for whatever action they have left. So I go ahead and activate Grass. Let's see. Do they have anything for it? They have Ash. Now, while that isn't great, that does mean that the rest of my combo won't get hit by Ash, and so stuff like Chaos Ruler should be in a good spot. Worst case scenario, they stop my Chaos Ruler, but then I can go for Zombie Vampire and go from there. So my opponent would have to do a lot to completely shut me down, and I just really need more cards in the grave so I can actually make Snow usable. Because as of right now, if I use Snow, I would destroy every card in my hand and field, which is not optimal. So I'm going to do Chaos Ruler, and I get to Chain Block it with Deer Note's Revive effect, so unless that's Imperm, then I should be good. I still have no idea what this is, this back arrow. It hasn't been activated yet, and there's been plenty of prompts. If it was Imperm, I imagine they would have hit Xiamen? No, it's Exosister, okay. I think I'll just fire off the Maxi here, honestly. I'm not planning on having another turn, and I'm pretty sure Exosister can summon a decent amount on my turn. So I have a couple options here. So I'm going to get back. Actually, they'll be able to summon Exosister, I'm pretty sure then, because I'm moving stuff from the grave, they will be able to trigger its effect. So we'll see if it's even enough to completely stop me. And my draws off Maxi might get me out of this. So they're going to drop Stella, and I'll get Xyz Summon using Stella and also Elis. True Ogre Dance, which is not great. See what's on here. Snow is nice. Kelbeck is great. Merly, Diviner, these are fantastic hits off the top. Like across the board. And so I can kill Kelbeck. Okay, so the way timings works, can they trigger the Exo Sisters? Okay, they can. But I mean, at this point, I'm in a much more comfortable position. I'm sure they might be able to block off my turn. But if I can just put myself in a spot... Do I use Snow yet? Will let me trigger Necroface. I think I actually do use the Snow before they block out my graveyard. This is kind of risky, but hey, it should pay off. There's a lot of garbage in my grave. I don't really care about any of these cards. So I might as well go for it while I still can. This also triggers Necroface, which might trigger a Thunder Dragon, and if I can hit one of Thunder Dragons, I can make Colossus, which I think is not pleasant. Okay, DD Crow sucks a lot, because I'm... No shot am I going to do this. I'm not going to use Snow again. Yeah, so I'll just let that happen. I'm pretty sure it'll be able to completely block out my graveyard and get a quick effect banish. Knife for Events are great for me. I'm feeling this Kelbeck is not going to help me much here. Although if my opponent doesn't kill me on the next turn, okay, Foxy Tune is not the most useful. It is nice for follow-up. But I don't really need follow-up at this point. I kind of would like stuff to play through what they're about to do. So there we go. This is the one that stops Grave. Shiren's nice. I get to mill a bunch. And I get to trigger a bunch of stuff. Actually, what is nice, I get to use all these effects first. Because Ace of Heals stops activations, not effects. And so these will go through anyways. So if nothing else, I do get quite a lot of cards resolve. I also get to dump a lot of their deck in the grave, and so a theoretical deck out isn't impossible. And if Necroface hits a Thunder Dragon, then I should be pretty comfortable. So that's the field triggers here, so no more grave effects after this. Unless... if I use Snow here... get the trigger Roar... and I can use Kelbeck. Okay. Yeah, if I use Kelbeck, it forces out the Michaelis. I get to use Snow, because there's a bunch of guards in my hand I don't really care about. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do this. While I can still use these, I'm gonna go and trigger them. Yeah, I'm fine with that staying. I'd like to force this out, because they'll probably banish my Chaos Ruler, which sucks, but I'm at this point, so be it. And even if they do target my Chaos Ruler, I can chain Snow to banish it. So while it'll still leave the field, I'm fine because I get one more card to stay with Snow. Trigger Snow, like this. And then for my graveyard, I'll make sure to banish that. I'll make sure not to hit anything too valuable. I don't really care about the Ogre Dance at this point. Oh, let's get rid of that. And this is risky, but I mean, at this point in the duel, I have to play risky. And if I have any shot of killing my opponent, I have to try and take it, or at least... Okay, another DD Crow. That is bad. They are in a weird spot. Yeah, they hit Havnus, because that's kind of more important. And that sucks too, but hey. So they go for Snow. And I get to summon Kelbeck and put the Michaelis back. It'll stop grave effects. I'll get Agido to mill a bunch, none of which can unfortunately do anything. And I get to banish 5. And perfect. I hit Dragon Roar. If I could... I don't think there's any reason for me to put Asafio face down. Yeah, no, it does. All it does is mean Snow could get rid of it, but Foxy Tune can anyways, and so I'd rather get the extra little bit of damage in, if nothing else. I can... You know what I can do? The reason why what I just did was relevant. Okay, I can still use Foxy Tune, which is neat. Okay, I can do a lot with what I've been given. Yeah, I'm trying to kill them, and I think I have a pretty good way to do that. So if I just summon Diviner, I think triggering her effect, because if she copies a level of a level 4, which I still have in the deck, right? I still have a Medora. Yes, if I do that, then I can use her and Snow as synchro material for a Changing. So I'll just put a Medora in the grave, mostly just to get the levels different, so I can use Snow and her for a Supreme Sovereign. Go ahead and synchro these two into Changing. Now at this point, what I'm trying to do is kill my opponent. What I can do here is summon P.U.N.K. Easier attack is Sophiel. Good, dump more in the grave. This is nice for a later turn. Then I can go ahead and link all 4 of these off into a Zoroboros. So now, I have an 8200 attack Zoroboros, which I can go ahead and smack into the rest field, and there's no honest. So here we go. End of the duel. Alright, match 3. And match 2 did not really go great. It was pretty close until the end, and, you know, not only had I already lost, I didn't lose the time, which added a little bit of sting to it. But I'm going first again. Now, while I don't think my hand will be as crazy as it was there, or maybe it will be a little better. This is a ridiculous hand. You know, Allure is kind of weird. I'd have to blind Allure, but I mean, depending on where the hand traps are, I might have to. Okay, Maxi, well, now know what I'm doing. Time for the deck out. Or at least I'm going to attempt to do the deck out, because that's what this deck does. Its game plan against Maxi is that it will make your opponent draw a bunch of cards and mill a bunch, because I can dump 20 off their deck and summon 20 times. Oh, okay, it's tier. Summon 20. You know what is kind of funny? The more they draw and mill, the better this grass gets, unless they have Ash. Okay, those were some weird... Oh, Smashers. Oh, is this like a Sprite tier list? And no tier names in the hand. Okay. Okay. So I go ahead and use Foxy Tune. Dump the Xiamen. Grab the Deer Note from deck. So no Ash Blossom, and they could have it now after that draw, and, you know, oh boy, not gonna be happy if that's an Ash, come on! Yes, it's not an Ash. And there we go. I can do a lot with this, and I will absolutely do a lot. I could get ballsy and try and, you know, use the Haveness effect, but quite frankly, I don't feel the need to yet. Because that could really screw me up if things don't go my way. Do I want to use a Guido? Given I'm going for the deck out, yes I do. At this point, I've just got to go over my opponent. I have to just vomit a bunch of cards on the field and hope they can't beat us. Oh, I did not notice Snows. Yeah, and Necroface, okay. We're off to a decent start so far. I haven't normaled, so I think I always grab Rhino Heart here. Dump 5, and I made a correct choice in only using one effect. Do I have any shufflers? Yes, I do. Beautiful. Okay, Piccolo, Season Merrily, and the have this in the graveyard. Put those back. So they're going to get to use their tier names. But I do have a kill though. So I get close. I'm going to grab Merrily off this so I can do the mill 8. Are they going to use both names? They're not. Okay. Well, I can live with that. Oh, Runic, this is... There's a lot happening with what they're playing. They're playing Runic, which should mean they won't have too many hand traps, I imagine. Because, I mean, one of the ideas of Runic is that you can kind of just, you know, play without them. Okay, what do I grab here? Sheeran's good. Depend and Scream. Yes, I mean, against a graveyard deck, I imagine it is, so I can make Abyss Dweller. Actually, no, I'm being stupid. I forgot. Merely. So I have a couple options. What I would like to do first would be to just come to Chaos Ruler, because, you know, the ordering doesn't matter too much, but that's why I'm okay with doing this. See what happens. Now, if this hits for the tier names, it'll be a little bit upsetting because with Kit Close won't be in the grave, so maybe I should have done Kit Close first. It is annoying they're playing above average number of cards. It's going to make it more difficult to deck them out. Let's see, Wyver Bursts are good. Ravenous is also good. Ooh, oh, that was some very good hits. I have Cloud Serpent and Grave, but I do have a way to recycle it. Okay. Yeah, I think I grabbed Wyver Burster. I'm actually, it's gonna sting to do this, but I don't think there's a world where I use Avernus. I'm gonna go ahead and think about this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use Kit Close, see if I can get a Ruthless on field. I really doubt they're playing Nibiru, but it's probably smart to play around it. And if they, you know, mill any more tier names, once I start milling more from their deck, I would like to. Okay. There's Fedora. Okay, good. There's Sheeran, but I would like to get a Kaleido Heart in the field. One thing, I made the zones weird. I really should have paid better attention to them. Because Cross Sheep's harder to use, but that's fine. I think I'll live. I'll put Ruthless here. So do I have another shuffler? Yeah, I have Medora. So here, I go for Zombie Vampire. I can actually maybe steal one of their tiers with Vampire, which would be funny. Okay. Ooh, I could grab their Keldo so they can't use it on me. Yeah. I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Where's my Thunder Dragons? I mean, yeah, I have them hit, so go for Cross Sheep. At this point, I just need to summon as much as possible. And just try and deck them out, which I think is possible. If I go for Colossus, then I'll give me more summons. Okay, I haven't hit any of this. Oh, some real nasty things are about to start happening. Yeah, because I can get Dragon Dark. I can summon Colossus. Then Cross Sheep. Dragon Dark. Which, so have I used, okay, there's Kelback, or Guido. I don't think I've used Kelback. So if I, ooh, okay, see, I'm gonna grab Aurora, because that will let me use it off of Darkness. I grab Diviner, because that's the best target, right? Yeah, that's always the best target. Grab Diviner. I think I can dump a Kelback into the graveyard. 2 mil more. I need to watch out for my own deck. I don't think it's really relevant, but I would like to not deck out. Here's Sheeran. Do I use Sheeran? Yeah, I think I do. And if I don't want to deck out, that's a great way to stop it. So yeah, let's just go ahead and use it. They have Happiness, and if I'm being honest, I think this is the best chance I'll ever have to use Rucolosa's effect to negate a summon, and this will let me bring back another monster in the field, getting another special summon. So I think, as long as I don't really screw this up, I'm in a very comfortable position. It's you. I'll just try and put a couple different ones into the deck. I think I just let them keep Happiness because putting her back in the deck would make it a little bit harder to deck them out, so I have no reason to use Kaleido Heart. Oh, I didn't blow up a card, so Rucolosa didn't trigger. That's fine. We can live with that. So now I gotta think a little bit of how I'm gonna sequence this, because this is really just me wanting to dump as much on the field as I can. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this, and because I use Rucolosa, I actually think I go ahead and just send her for Link Material. I want to not use this Keldo as Link Material because I don't want them to use it on me. What I can do, I can go ahead and use Snow. Let's see, how many... I imagine all the Necrofaces are in my... Okay. Yeah. Not the nicest way to win, but it's a flashy way and a win's a win.